Welcome to today's episode of Pure Range Fishing. Today's video, I'm going to be going over some old lures that I've been collecting, obscure lures that I've been collecting. I'm going to share my collection with you. My plans with this collection is to do some fishing with these lures this spring and summer and see what I can catch on them. It's kind of like a thing I've been doing, going to old mom and pop tackle shops and collecting these. I think they're pretty cool. And if you know any of these lures or fished with them, let me know down in the comments. They're kind of a weird collection of lures I've been collecting, so I'll show you what they are. Starting off with this, I got it at a flea market. It says professional accessories for fishermen, and on the back it says by Weber Tackle. Never heard of that brand. I've searched it up. I can't really find much about them. And there's like information on the back, and basically it's just a cardboard. It comes with two lures, like just a regular rubber worm and then a little curly tail worm. So I think that's interesting. It's like old-fashioned soft plastics, and that's really interesting. I thought it would be cool to get it. Definitely could catch some fish on that, but it's just a weird thing. Two lures. I don't know why anyone would buy this, like when it first came out, but that's interesting. Next up, we got this Berkley Frenzy. I mean, it's a pretty typical crankbait. I just thought it was interesting because it said J. Yalas, I don't know how to pronounce it really, winning lure in 2002 in the Bassmaster Classic. I thought it was interesting, so it's an early 2000s deep diving crankbait. It's pretty cool looking. It's like a green chartreuse color. I think that would be pretty cool to catch some fish on. It's pretty retro. Next up, we got these two other crankbaits. They're interesting. They're called UV. It just says UV in big letters. I'll take one out. Basically, it's like a lipless crankbait, and the idea is it reflects the UV light underwater so more fish see it. It looks like wooden, but it's this hard plastic, and it has a hole right down the center of it. There's a big hole that just runs down the center. I think it's supposedly the UV light bounces off of that. So that's interesting. This one's in a raptor color, or actually it's a sunfish color. It dives 4 to 6 feet. It looks pretty old. I don't know much about this brand. I'm guessing it's probably early 2000s. Like, it looks kind of old-fashioned. The different angles on that. So that's pretty cool. I bet that'll catch some fish. Pretty interesting. And then I have another one in walleye color. Same thing, just a little darker. Alright, next up, we have this walking bass rat I picked up at a tackle shop near me. Southern Lure Co. Doesn't have a date on it, but it looks kind of retro. Kind of old. It's basically like a topwater rubber frog. Got those two-pronged hooks in the back with a yellow and black skirt. It's an interesting shape. It's oblong. It's for walking, like walking the dog. Just an interesting old-fashioned packaging. You got that rat on there. Looks pretty cool. Definitely will catch some fish on that. Another topwater. We got Norman Lures. What is it? America's Best Weed Walker. Interesting design. It's basically a piece of plastic with a little metal prop in there that I think spins when it's in the water to create some kind of disturbance, and then we got a skirt on there with a big weighted hook in the back, so it supposedly stays on top of the water. I think it's definitely interesting. Bright chartreuse color. That would be definitely cool to try out this summer. And next we got a bag of soft plastics. They're not too old. It's just a brand I don't see too much. I picked it up at like a salvage store. Spike It. I think they make like scents for lures, like different scents like garlic and stuff. I didn't know they made their own soft plastic, so you got this, what do they call it? Blood fusion with garlic scent. It's like a curly tail worm. An interesting yellow, red with black flake. Pretty cool looking. Has a nice hot garlicky scent to it. It's like kind of bleeding. You get that bleeding imitation. There's 3 of them in here, and they look interesting, unique. Kind of some old packaging. Pretty cool to have. And then last we have this. It's from my grandfather's old tackle box. I've always thought it's a weird lure. I've fished with it but never caught anything on it. It just, basically it's a little metal, almost spoon with a 2-prong hook. I'll try to hold that for you so you can see it. And I think it basically represents a bat, which doesn't make any sense. It has those 2 wings on it. It's in yellow. It's very weird. It just says made in the USA. Doesn't have any branding on it. So if any of you know about this lure, I would appreciate if you could say something in the comments. I've always wondered what the purpose was, what the idea was behind this, because I seriously doubt any fish would look at this and be like, it moves in the water, but it represents a bat. No bat this small yellow is going to be underwater. No fish hunts for bats, so it's really weird, but it's unique. So I'm going to definitely try to catch fish with it, and I'm planning to make a video with all these lures, or a few of them, catch fish with them. I think it's pretty cool. Definitely a fun thing to do if you're at old tackle shops, to try to pick up some of these. It's cool to do, that's why I started doing it. So that's what I want to show you today, my collection of these lures. Overview shot of it. So that's all of them. We got 8 lures total, and yeah, hopefully I can get out soon and catch some fish on them. Got 2 top waters, 3 crankbaits, 2 top soft plastics, and the bat. Alright, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.